We are live here on PPMA TV with Mark and Mimaj. So excited to be here with Winkworth, and this is Grant, the director. It's all about mixing, right? The future is mixing. Tell me what kind of mixing we need to know about.
So we mix food, pharmaceutical, industrial chemicals, everything that you do or touch that unless it's grown naturally out of the ground has probably been mixed.
Wow.
So our mixing machinery has to replicate the mixing characteristics that you need in order to produce the product that you want. And if you were using, making an omelette, you might whisk that up and try and get a lot of air in it and stuff like that. If you're kneading bread, you're kind of squeezing the bread and rolling it out. So two examples that are familiar to people in the food environment, if you like. And our machinery has been designed to replicate those kinds of characteristics of mixing, which allow those ingredients to mix together and become the product that the client is aiming for.
How long does that process take to work out that technology to kind of go, if you, like you say, you're whisking up an omelette, it's easy to go, well, we just need the machine to do this, but it's not quite that simple.
No, it's not, and a lot of companies, their intellectual property is based on their mixing. How they've achieved the outcome is quite a well-kept secret, and we make mixers for leading worldwide companies that make chewing gum, for instance. Yeah. The detail in the mixing machinery that we make for them is secret. They don't want other people, they won't change it. You can change the health and safety features, you can change the ease of use, the cleanability, but the core characteristics inside the mixing chamber are absolutely frozen recipe in the vault. It's a bit like the Coca-Cola recipe for for drinks.
So would you get it as a piece of software that is then incorporated into the machine and you can't touch that software? It's like coded?
In those circumstances where the client has had a very established business, they've given us specific details that we are to stick to and adhere to. And they said you can mix around, play around with anything else as the characteristics of that machine, but don't touch these two jewel items. These are the things you must stick with. Most clients aren't quite as precise as that in their needs, and we have a mixing test center, so we get clients to our test centers. We've got a range of types of machinery. We're able to explore with them that if you use this machine for this much time, at this temperature, at these characteristics, these speeds, you'll get this outcome. Let's go across to another machine, we do the same sort of thing again, and then we can discuss with the client what best suited them in terms of productivity, outcome, cleaning issues and stuff like that. So optimize it.
I feel like you're probably the man that knows the recipe to Kentucky Fried Chicken, but let's not dwell on it. Can you show me a little bit of what you have here today? Because it fascinates me. There's several machines here, but each one will have to have a different characteristic to what its outcome's going to be.
Okay, so the machine that we're looking at here, this is an industry ribbon blender. This is a stalwart of most powder blending machinery. So whether you're making spices for cooking or you're making muesli for your breakfast, this is the kind of machine that would do that. Very, very versatile, very easy to clean, and very simple to understand. If we move over to this, we're busy here selling, guys, and
I love that. That's what this is all about. PPMA is all about that meet and greet, and we love that we're in amongst it. So, show us what you've got.
This is an illustration, a cutaway of a machine, and these units here, we call these refiners or choppers. In the machine operation, they spin around about 3,000 RPM, and they cut any agglomerates, any lumps, if you like, in a mix. So you imagine this curve is a full cylinder. The mixing normally goes on with one blade, but then these are intensifiers, and they will really chop up everything that's going on there, so create a massive chaos inside the machine and get what might be block lumps of fat, that if you're making pastry, for instance, flours, sugars, salts, and then blocks of fat. Those blocks of fat will be chopped up by these and dispersed, so you get that fine crumb ready for rolling out as a pastry.
I feel like dinner at your house is just going to be spot on every single time. There's no excuses.
As long as you can eat a lot of it, because these machines are very productive and make a lot.
I can eat a lot. Listen, Grant, so good to see you. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks, man.